thing about me is that when I am sewing, the whole house is scattered. Okay, so this is the making of my butterfly dress with a box split in it. This in my sitting room is a mess, so don't even start with me. I don't have time to do my butterfly dress. I've cut it, so I want to hem the neck area. I should have filmed the cutting, but that's my inner, not done. But we move, there's progress. Haha. Man, I should go and sleep because it's almost 5. I'm getting tired. I'm making a Zara headband. I have started cutting before I remember to make this video with ASOEKE and satin fabric. Because I do not want to use any form of glue, I intend to place my ASOEKE on the satin fabric. The measurement I'm using for the Zara head cap or band, whatever you call it, is 25 inches by 23 inches. 25 inches will serve as the circumference of my head. I'm going 2 inches is the allowance that I'm adding. So I'm going to place my ASOEKE on the 25-inch edge, and I'm going to stitch it down to the satin headpiece because I do not want to use any gluing. This other part I'm going to stitch. So I will be making a rose at the end, and I have 70 inches left. So this is going to be my I'm going to fold this to make a rose at the back of the cap. This will serve as a covering. I'm not sure what I want to do with it yet. That the piece for my rose was really too long. In fact, it is 160 inches, so I decided to cut it off at 100 inches. You can make your own shorter, 50-60 inches, choice is yours, but had to let you know. On my machine, I'm placing the wrong side of my satin fabric to the right side of my ASOEKE because I intend to turn it over so that my project is a little more neater. So my ASOEKE is very short, and I do not want to go through all the hassles of gluing and all that. I just want this project to be a stitch project, so I'll walk you through as I go. So having placed them together, I'm just going to place it on my machine like so and stitch from the top to the bottom, then flip it over. The thought occurred to me, so I figured there's no point actually turning over, so I'm sewing the wrong side of my ASOEKE on top of the right side of my satin. Currently, I've stitched my ASOEKE onto my fabric, so you're going to have something like this in my satin fabric. I currently have some leftover piece of CARTON because I do not have MACCO, which most people use for this project. So I'm going to be cutting out 18 inches by 2.5 inches, 18 inches length and width, 2.5 inches to serve as my alternative MACCO for this project. Yeah, I've cut out the piece of CARTON. I intend to trim it down further to 18 inches by 2.5. All cut out, and this is our perfect size. I'm back to my sewing machine. I now intend to put this under my satin and then stitch it. And let me place my camera at an angle where you can see. So at this point, I'm going to be inserting this into the fabric. So I'm going to fold it over this way, and I'm going to check for the middle, folding the fabric into two to get the midpoint. I'm going to mark with my chalk the midpoint of the fabric. Middle of 18 inches, which is 9 inches, and mark it on my docker. So and mark it on my CARTON, which is supposed to be MACCO, if you can get 9 inches, 18 divided by 2, 31. So I'm going to place my CARTON at exactly where you have the midpoint of my fabric. Sorry, my needle is getting in the way. Then try to fold over. I'm going to make the satin disappear for easy stitching. Okay. So, some people have better ways of folding this stuff, but this is mine. I'm going to secure my fabric. Be sure that this is at the middle. Sew it down like this and sew it down there. I suggest you iron down next time. Iron down your. So I finally been able to get my CARTON aligned to the middle of my fabric, and I want to stitch it down from here to here so that the hold is sewed. I also don't want to sew it out on my waist. one down, one more to go. So I'm going to remove this, cut my thread. I need to edit this out of the video later on, but you know, we're down. So I'll go back and stitch this side so that it's nice and see that we are almost done with our dream Zara cap. I'm going to stitch this from this point to that point, paying attention to this lining so that it is. Devising this means was not easy, and trust me, at this point your carton, my carton tried to run away from me, and that's not gonna happen. So then you see and debate them. Wonder. Who is boss? You forget. Eh? The person that works in the bank. So, are you not going to episode? We need Can I get something? Can I get something for you and those your people? Oh dear. What if we're from? I plan to turn this to the left side, and when I turn over to the left side, I had already notched. I took a look at the circumference of my head again. I matched it since I'm making it for myself, and this is where I'm going to be putting a stitch. Now I'm going to stitch this all the way around. It will serve as just making a curve, like coming from here like so to this point. I'm eventually going to trim it so that I have a nice and sturdy edge. Since it's satin fabric I'm using, I'm also going to turn it in. After that I'll run a gather stitch and we'll be on to our rows. So let me go back to my machine. I'm on my machine. Okay, so I run a stitch through the curve that I make, and I just want to trim so that I have a simply fine edge. I need to use my needle to run a little stitch that I'll gather. And turn it over. Almost done. I had to pin at some point because my fabric was running around all these. You know, so. I'm going to cut this because it's too big for my scissors, so I'll figure out. And I'm done. Now I've succeeded in sewing my rough edges. So that it's a bit rough, but you know, at least you know that the fabric will not fray after now. So I'm going to thread the needle and then run a stitch all along like that to gather it. Okay, so show you that. So I've threaded the needle. I'm just going to start from this point and do a loose stitch right through this fabric. This is in a bit to gather it. I knotted my needle. You can see. Nope. You can see what I'm doing clearly. Like this. I just don't want to buy glue. Glue is really pricey this period. If you're in Nigeria, you know how it is. Like things are so expensive. So gathering this is my best bet. And going to, once I get to this edge, I'm going to secure my gather. So you see like that. You see. Oh sorry. I'm going to secure my gathers. Now I'm going to knot it. Stitch one more time. I hope you can see. Stitch one more time and make a tight knot. Just need to secure it so that it's sturdy. If you notice, I had to run an inner threading through this area because I think I measured inappropriately. At some point, I didn't pin it down, so when I stitched, it shifted out of the 2.5 inches, and my fabric was small. So anyway, I hope you understand that. So I'm done, and I'm going to turn this over. And the Zara cap is almost set. I'm going to turn this over like so. So Zara cap is almost set. I intend to secure this area with an inner pin, and then I'll go forward into. I'm going to secure it with an inner stitch, and I'll go forward into making my rows for the back. Yeah, I forgot about that. I'm going to pin this down. I'm going to stitch this down with an internal stitch. All right. So I'm done with my securing this edge. This is inside. This is it. Now I'm going to prepare for our rows. the length for my rose. I folded it this way so that, you know, when you start holding your rose, this part that is stitched would be inside. I want to see if I can do a little bit of ironing on it before I show you how we get our rose together, and after we attach it to our Zara CARTON. This is the finished look of my Zara hat on my mannequin. So next I'm going to straighten this out and stitch. So I'm holding my rose together and I'm running a needle first through this fabric, getting it together full. So guys, after running the stitch, this is what I have. This is what I have now. I plan to gradually, I haven't removed the thread that I used. As you can roll this, after adjusting it, I'll just keep rolling. Remember that the reason you can actually use 45 inches for this, but I wanted to have like a way bigger rose. I wanted my rose to be really big. So I'm going to arrange gradually. I don't know if you can see what I'm doing. Then with time, I'm gonna then start running stitches all over this stuff. It's gonna be beautiful. It's going to be beautiful. Just take a look at that. It's going to be gorgeous. So I currently have 3 layers of beauty. Can you see that? And after that, I'll attach to our hat. Be packed. I hope you can see that. I'm not allowing the thread to show on the front of the rose piece. Okay. So slow process, but we're making progress. So guys, I'm done with our rose, looking lovely, looking gorgeous. So you could see the finished look of our Zara hat. I placed it on my mannequin head. What I'm going to do next is to stitch the rose attaching to the back of our, I don't know if you could see clearly from here, then I'll show you I'm just going to come back and show you. All right. So guys, this is the finished look of our Zara cap. You can adjust the image parts as you wish, but you know, please remember to give a like to this video, give me a thumbs up, please subscribe to my channels for more interesting lovely content. Bye.
Just testing. It's a video that's okay. The video is funny.